Tell me what you think of this idea. The brand new epic 6-inch fat hog on a swing head. Isn't it beautiful? Holy moly, 6 inches of fat hog deliciousness. I have not shot this guy yet. It's brand new to me. 4 cavity, the newest mold from Epic, and I am super psyched to do it. In fact, we are going to break out the lead molds today because when I thought about how this bait will shine, I could think of many applications, but few as good as a good old swing head. This mold is massive. I'm so looking forward to shooting it, but it's not the only one that we're going to do today. I figure we're gonna do that on a swing head. We'll probably pitch it around some dock posts and some cover as well, just on a straight Texas rig. But how about this little guy? This little dude is the new to me, but not new to Epic, 3-inch stick bait. As I mentioned, we are pouring lead today. We are going to use the Do It Molds football swing jig. This is the smaller of the two, model FBB6SWG. It goes from 7/16 down to 1/8. For paint, instead of powder painting these guys, I'm thinking this would be a great application for Stardust. If you haven't heard of Stardust, I did a video on it. They tout it as being indestructible. When I think swing head, it's on the bottom, it's knocking into rocks, it's doing all kinds of stuff, getting on the bottom. I don't know, seemed like a perfect time to use some Stardust in 2 different colors because we are going to shoot all these baits in 2 different colors. Maybe even some color shift again? All right, enough yakking. Let's pour some lead. With our swing heads complete, we are ready to turn our attention to the soft plastics. I think the Stardust worked out pretty good on these. Definitely a little bit of extra cleanup since we really want those heads to be free swinging. So would I use it again? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe worth exploring a better way. But for today's purpose, I think these are going to go just fine and dandy. I'm also experimenting here with a new camera angle, trying some new stuff. So if you feel so inclined, let me know what you think down in the comments after the video. First color is going to be 2 cups worth of a color shift that I mentioned last time, or at least one of these last times. Barlow's Eclipse. This is a very sweet jig head color shift powder pigment or powder paint. In the powder pigment form, it looks pretty darn tasty in a soft plastic as well. I've got 2 cups here because it's going to be a single color and I want to be able to shoot this big bad boy twice and the smaller bait once. Plastisol is up and ready. I have found that this stuff, at least if it's like some of the other, shines at 1/8 of a teaspoon plus a 1/16, so 3/16 per cup. It seems to be the perfect blend between not too opaque but not too translucent either, that you lose some of that color shiftiness. So this is being 2 cups, we're actually going to go to 3/8, which would be 1/4 of a teaspoon, or twice the 1/8, right? And then 1/8 of a teaspoon, twice the 1/16, for 2 cups. I'm hoping that's going to be the sweet spot. The last time we used oil slick, it turned out good, and it obviously caught fish because that was on camera. But I thought it could be just a little bit lighter. I ended up halving the transparency by adding more plastisol to it after that video was done when I was playing with it, and that seemed good if that's what you were after, a transparent oil slick. But I thought, nah, it needs just a hair more, so I ended up going to 1/16 to that mix, and it seemed perfect. This likewise seems pretty darn awesome. I think that's going to be just right. To this, I'm thinking we add some blue holographic flake. This is 015, also from Barlow's. Start out with 1/8 of a teaspoon because this holographic stuff, it is powerful. It can really take over. So this would be equivalent to 1/16 of a 1 cup. Let's start with that, and if we want to go higher, we can always add more. Just like always, everything that you see I use today will be down in the description, should you want to go pick some up. That's pretty good. I actually think we can go with a little more. So let's add one more, and I think that might do it. I don't want to take away from the shiftiness, you know, just letting this color shift kind of shine on its own. Just under 330, that sounds good. Everything's cold, right? The injector's cold as well as the mold, so that's going to drop down just a little bit. And with the extra appendages and stuff on this one, I actually don't mind a little bit of extra heat. Usually shooting closer to 325, so let's do that one first to get as much heat in there as we can. Alright, that didn't take quite as much as I thought it might. I'm sure it's going to drink afterwards though. That one's done as well. Go back and give this a little bit more. Let those cool down, and I'll show you what we got. We are cooled off. Let's check it out. Oh man. Wow. Won't even fit on frame. Holy moly. Look at that. I don't need a glove on. Everything filled in. And look at that color shift. Look at this. I mean, look at this. Is my finger, guys. Like, that is no joke. That guy, I mean, it's called a fat hog for a reason, right? But I love the color shift and that holographic sparkles in all those different holographic ways. Man, it's similar to oil slick, but it's different. It's got its own, there's more blue in this, where there's a little bit more purple, I think, in the oil slick. So they definitely both have their place. One down. Let's check out the little guys. Oh yeah, man, I love a stick bait. Looks good. Those are going to get chomped as well. Little finessey deal. I mean, you could put these on a drop shot. You could Ned rig these. Obviously, I'm just going to wacky rig it. Well, I didn't say obviously, but that's the plan. I'm going to wacky rig these guys and just let them flutter down just like we did with the standard 5-inch size. But very versatile. There's a, well, here. That'd be a good comparison. Look at that. That's sick. Ah, that's awesome. and still just a little bit translucent. Look at that. I think that balance that we were going for is just right. Well, these were a win. I'm gonna shoot this guy one more time, so I have 8 of these to take with us. Man, sorry, I got distracted. The color shift in the purple and the different light, just when I held it up there, when I turned, the light was different. Man. Anyway, we'll shoot this one again, and then we're gonna do a laminate together. Hi. Do I look different? Yeah, well, I went back to the old setup. There's something was going on with the lighting. I didn't like it as much, so I switched it up around, and we're back to the tried and true, what we know works. The first color, I almost went back to that brown green pearl that we used for the ribbon swims on the last video, because it was dynamite, but I didn't. I had to restrain myself. Instead, I have another new one for you. This is bronze. Lureworks bronze pearl. So let's do this in the 3/16. That's going to be an 1/8 of a teaspoon and then a 1/16 of a teaspoon to follow. So there's the 1/8, and there's the 1/16. That's a little darker than I expected. Okay, well, saturation was a little extra. Maybe you'd be okay with just an 1/8 per cup on this one. Yeah, good to know. First time using it, but we're going to be all right. As is tradition, I'm going large black and small black to get to that juxtaposition, make it look all nice and pretty like. 1/4 teaspoon of the large and an 1/8 of a teaspoon of the small. 015, not the real small stuff. 015. Given how thick this is, that might not show up as well. Yeah, it's alright. I would definitely reduce this down to an 1/8 of a teaspoon if I was going to do it again, but we're rolling with it. Alright, second color is, or at least the plastisol is ready to go. Let's build this. And I have yet another color shift for you. This is also in the Barlow's lineup. I think this may be the last one of the new, but it is bluegrass. Just like the powder paint for jig heads, bluegrass for soft plastics. I'm gonna go with what we did before, an 1/8 and a 1/16 for a 3/16. We may need to give it another 1/16 and go all the way to a 1/4, just so that the two transparencies match up. We don't want, or the two opacities rather, match up. We don't want one overtaking the other, and the fact that the bronze is a darker color, we got to be careful. Let's talk flake, and I have another new flake for you too. Just running through all the new stuff in these last couple videos. Another Lureworks. This is 015 Smoke. I got the 1/4 teaspoon here only because my other two still have stuff on it. So I'm going to get a 1/2 of a 1/4. See that? So an 1/8 of a teaspoon. Let's start there. See what that looks like. You can see it, but not very noticeable. Let's go with another. I'm going to put a whole 1/4 teaspoon then into this. Some smoke, toned down sparkle. Yeah, there we go. Alright, both colors are right around 320, 325. Go ahead and suck these up. Oh, got some air. Let me get rid of that. Come on. There we go. Orientation on these molds doesn't matter since both sides are the same. There's no top and bottom per se. It's a good looking sprue. Oh, I just got a peek and it looks pretty good. Yes. So that's the back. You can get a little preview right there of how they blended together. Ooh. Bluegrass, which is, you know, grass, which is green, blue hints, gold, all that together. That is looking good. Here we go. Y'all ready? Oh, check that out. Oh, that's sick. That. Goodness gracious. That'll work. Holy moly. Look at that lamination. I mean, props to Jason and Amanda. Golly, I mean, it's perfect. And then into the tails, those two colors blend, give you a kind of that see-through, right? I mean, you still have the one on one side, one on the other, but because it's so much thinner, you get to see how they play against each other. Man, what a mold. What a mold. If you're into bigger size creature baits and you like to throw a hog style, right? Brush hog deal, guys, you got to go out and get one. I mean, look at that glory. Wow. Well, if that's any indication of how well the sticks showed up or turned out, I think we're going to be pretty pleased. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bronze side out first this time. Right there. There you go. Wow. I know I do a lot of green and brown on this channel. I just love it. I just love those natural tones. So once again, I'm going to shoot another round of these. I think I've got enough plastisol left. We're good to go on the 8 that come in that cavity. After that, we are headed to the water. So totally unplanned and unscripted, I got those two colors back up to temperature, and right before I shot my second round of these hogs, the notion came, what if I swirl them? So I grabbed the injector, I took the top off, right, so I can work these independently of each other, milking the cow to see if we can get a swirl effect in this mold. I have not opened this up yet, so we're gonna find out if this worked together. Oh man. I see some swirl. Oh yeah. That's cool. Look at the curve. There's some swirl on that one too. But this totally worked. Look at that. Still predominantly one color on each side, but you definitely have some bleed over and some swirl action. Heck yeah. Ooh, look at that. Now you can really see it. An experiment that certainly paid off. We made it to the lake. Kayak is ready to go. Let me show you guys the bait. Looky there. Of course, I had to go with the swirl because it just turned out too awesome not to. There's the head. I went with the green pumpkin camo for this one, obviously. We used the black on the other, but I think that's going to catch them up today. Got ourselves a juicy dock here. You know what that means. Time to bust out the 3-inch. Alright, we're in position. Let's give it the old 3-inch. Same color, because I love it. I meant to go under, but we'll fish it right there first. Stay on the outside. while we're here, that was that last dock. You guys remember that one? That was our Senko dock. That was our stick bait dock. They like the 5-inch. Maybe we can get them enticed into a 3-inch. Alright, get a good position here. I think I want to fish the outside front first, in case they're sitting there, and then start skipping underneath. Oh yeah. Well, if they're on the ladder, that's going to be in their face. Oh, somebody had it, was swimming away with it. Let's see if we can get one underneath of there. Oh yeah, there we go. There's one. Come on, get out of there. Oh, that's a big fish. Oh, get out of there, don't. Come on, come on. No! That was right where I wanted it. Oh, daggone it. Oh, I couldn't move him. That was a big fish. I couldn't move him. Ah. It's the next day. Kayak is put away. Truth be told, I'm still a little sore after losing that big one yesterday, but we're not giving up. We are back out here, no kayak this time. I got the fat Hawg rigged up on a Texas rig. We didn't fish it that way at all yesterday, and there was a bunch of this lake that we actually didn't hit. So I'm gonna hit the rest of it from the bank, Texas rig style, see if we can coax in a bite. I'm back to our swirled version. Looks pretty good on a T-rig. 5/0 EWG hook. Toss it around some docks on this other side and drag it in some interesting areas. See if we can't find one. So many things running through my mind right now. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Not that I think he'd ever come back for another bite, but maybe there's another. There, got it. Got it. There we go on the Hawg. Who'd have thought after breaking off at the same dock we could get another bite. He's not huge, but he'll work. Very next cast after breaking off. Wow. Oh, other way, dude. There you go. Sweet redemption. Yeah, he wasn't huge, but it just goes to show you, even the little guys will eat a big fat hog. I have to say, you know, going through some difficulties and then coming back, losing 2 fish on 2 breaks, I don't know. The success is just a little bit sweeter. Even when they're small, the success is just a little bit sweeter when you got to go through a little pain to get there. I, for one, know that I'm going to be fishing that Fat Hog quite a bit because it is a stellar bait. But today, I'm done. I hear some thunder. The rain is rolling in. We've got a little celebration tonight. Reed turned 13 this week, so join me in wishing the Reed Ball happy 13th birthday. He is officially a teenager, and I am officially a dad of 2 teens. Hello. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me for this journey. And until the next time, I'll see you guys in the shop.